So I just want to go back to why we're here and how we started. In 2020 was our first event, and we started with the vision of creating a better future. And lo and behold, the pandemic came. So the first year we named it co-visioning to create a perfect vision, 2020. And then 2021 we call it co-creating a better future. And then 2022 co-magicking, and 2023 co-celebrating. And because of the very painful last half year, we're doing co-praying this year. We need to do it collectively and also locally. And I would like also to address the whole pain of history, why there's so much pain in this region. So if we can talk about that tonight too, it would be important, I feel, to really address things that are in the surface, but people don't want to talk about it. It's too painful. So if we can maybe have a space for that later on today, and really put the finger on things that we're feeling. Okay, now we're gonna have the program is wonderful. We're gonna have after my presentation, we're gonna have Jonathan share his sacred music and wisdom, and then we have a surprise guest. Actually, before Jonathan, Chaim Cohen, who's gonna come from the fields, maybe near Gaza. He is working with thousands of healers, helping them work on the soldiers, body work and healing. And so I'm going to show the pictures, and he's going to share how it's been done since October 2023. Amazing project. And then we'll have Judith Goldfart coming in from Tzfat, our holy city, sharing Hebrew letters and movement. And then we'll have Barak Lev and Adi, or Adi Osher, from Adama, which is also in north of Galilee. I'm in north of Galilee as well. And then we'll have Amrita come in from Småland, which is a place in Sweden. And then Jeff Goldstein from Jerusalem, our wonderful healer and peace worker and energy igniter. And we've been working with Peace Project for a long time. He was with us from the beginning. And then we have Yosef Yitzchak Jacobs, my husband, is going to share the Torah behind the balance between Purim and Pesach. And maybe we'll also talk about how to clear the Klipot and the Amalek from that time historically and now also. And then we have Meira Orr from, she coming from North Carolina, no, New Mexico, Arizona area, something from the desert and singing. Okay, so are we ready for a little guided meditation? I'm just going to show you a little bit of a flames before that, so we get in the mood of igniting the fire within. So I'm going to do share screen. And this is a thing I started many years ago, but in Hanukkah, I started to put it out more. I also had an art show in Tel Aviv. So please just enjoy it, the images, and then maybe you want to imagine it in the meditation. This is the flame family. So it's all about the consciousness of the fire, and how do we permeate it? How do we bring it into our being? This flickering movement of fire. Then we have actually a holding space of the flower and the petals, like in the Hebrew letters, the Ashuri letters. You can see the ending of the Yud or Shin, which are Hebrew letters, and they also appear in flowers. The petals are like sacred geometric forms of a Vesica Pisces. So that also is a flame shape. So what is this form that we can work with to manifest creative power? Here's tulip grail, like a chalice of flaming consciousness through a sacred vessel and also through a tulip blossom. Here is another image that I use with Aleph and the Star of David within a tulip, and I call it In God's Name I Flame. Here we have another little tulip family. They're just born in Sweden a few years ago. I don't plan it. I sit and I just start to draw them. And this little family have a little children. The flying flames and the floating flames. These are buoyantly floating around in the ocean. And the flying flames are more curious. They're flying around looking around different towns and cities. This is a flame tulip. This is another flame couple visiting with regular folks. And then we have more flame people hanging out or conversing, or should we say connecting in a deeper way through a blossom. And then we have the flame beloveds. The beloveds have to come in also sometime. And then we have to the right, shall we say, a tulip goddess or drop being that I did in my thesis many years ago in California. So this shape has been with me for a long time. This is also a priestess, flame priestess, tulip goddess. And then we have a few more guys here. And one more. Kind of visiting. And they're also living in a snowy landscape. And the last image here is a tulip chalice with tulip beings playing around the tulips and the Mother Earth. Okay, all right. So I just wanted to bathe our eyes with it a little bit, and if you wish, take a lovely little position at home inside your chambers. Just close your phones and take time to relax. And maybe I'll mute people now, just so we can all right. Blessings. B'Shem Hashem naseh v'natzliach. Can you hear me still? Yeah? Okay, great. Thank you. All right. B'Shem Hashem naseh v'natzliach. I'm going to invoke the archangels and bring some bell in here. B'Shem Hashem na nai 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 מימיננו מיכאל ומשמאלנו גבריאל ומלפנינו ומאחורינו רפאל, ומתחתנו עם אדמה, ומעלינו שכינת אל, ובתוכנו ישנו השם. So let's connect to ourselves through our higher consciousness and bringing in the golden white light from our source, our guides, or Hashem, our divine source. And then let that beautiful, loving, golden liquid just flow into our mind's eye and our body. Just breathing it in a few times. Just clearing our mind's eye, clearing our thoughts through the throat chakra into the torso, and just purifying any ailments or pain in our hearts, just slowly trickling down through our lungs, into our stomach, to our bottom torso and hips, to our legs, and through our arms down deep into Mother Earth, making connection to all the layers underneath, the magma, the aquiferi, and feeling Mother's love for us just pulling us into her gravitational field. And all she wants is to us to relax and recharge. And release, let go. Take a few deep breaths. Hold our hand on our heart, hand on our stomach, and just releasing the day, even the months, the pain of the war, the pain of the changes in our world. Shake it out, shake it in, shake it out. And as you feel clear, let Mother Earth bring back her gifts through the layers until it reaches back to the sole of our feet. And we feel the warmth coming in through the knees, the legs, into our abdomen, into our solar plexus, into our heart. And in this heart formation, we feel waves of warmth, lava, floating, clearing all 4 chambers of our hearts, clearing all the pain and suffering and sadness, releasing what is not ours anymore. And within this lava, we see small little flames, small little sparkles of joy, of creation. And let them land in different places in your heart and see what they want to grow, what they want to spark. And they're floating around and playing in our hearts. They're ready for a new chapter. And then like butterflies, these flames want to rise up through our throat and through our mind's eye and into all of our crown chakra area, and just embracing new life, new form, new light. And these flames are sort of becoming a candle above us, and it's lighting the way for us and others. And this is making us feel so strong and tall, and we feel like a straight line to Hashem, to divine source. Very connected to Mother Earth, from her fire bosom to the fire of flames in heaven. And if we feel that love and light around us, around our aura, clearing anything that's not vibrating well with us, shaking off. Oh, feel the warmth around us. Breathing into that, releasing any last minute debris. And then let's teleport ourselves to the old city of Jerusalem. And we're standing at the four corners where we did have a ritual in the beginning, 2020. Embracing all faiths, embracing all humanity. And we're holding hands. We're connected. One soul. And we stand firmly, and we're imagining a golden dome above us. And this dome is shooting out the flames of healing and creativity to all of Jerusalem and to all of the region and all the neighbors. And these flames fly over to Europe and igniting the power of all the light workers, the power of all the people who want to bring in the light. Scandinavia, England, and we're floating over to North America, Central America, thinking of people we know there, and we want to send them love and light. In South America, and meeting of the indigenous people who are holding the space for Mother Earth. And then we fly over the Pacific Ocean and all the islands, and Hawaii or the dolphins, and over Australia, and then Asia. Wow, bringing the wisdom of the ancients and also sending love and light to people we know, and also to the earth and the ocean, and slowly through back to Africa, the bigger continent, and back to the Middle East. Coming back to Jerusalem and having felt like the light of Purim and Shushan Purim and the miracles have ignited a new chapter for us and our loved ones, and God willing, Mother Earth and people we know all over the world, and to the children also, to see a better future. And then we're slowly coming back to Shalem, Jerusalem, sending love and light to all the war regions, all the difficult times we've had, to all the ailing families and wounded and the hostages. Coming back to sacred, powerful, holy city, and anchoring the work in the foundation rock, which is connected to the very, very core of the universe, and all of Mother Earth through the inside of the globe. And then we hold hands and release and say goodbye, but we will be standing together energetically for a long time. And as a completion, come back to where you are at your home. Send loving energy to your friends and family. And give yourself a hug for being who you are and what you do in your life. It's not narcissistic, it's love. Ah, so thank you for being with me in this little quick journey because we have surprise um, visit from a special person who can only come in now, and it's Chaim Cohen, who's been doing a lot of work for the last half year, bringing all the healers to help the soldiers to get some body work and many different types of healing.
Simple.
Okay.
On October 7th, there was a war that began in Israel. I was in the heat of it all, and I realized that the soldiers and actually everybody was going through a lot of stress and a lot of tension, and especially the soldiers and the people, the displaced people. And then the widows of the soldiers and the orphans and the bereaved mothers. So I said, well, what can we do? Okay. So I recruited about over 1,000 therapists, everyone from bodywork therapists, people who do massage and traditional Chinese medicine, shiatsu, energy healers, people doing Reiki, and a lot of people who are involved in different types of trauma work, psychotherapists, social workers, etc. We have a group of over 1,000 therapists that we got together just as the war began. And we began treating the soldiers on the front lines. The way it worked was we had connections with the tank brigade, the same tank brigade who was fighting in Berry on October 7th, October 8th, and also dealt with the police station in Sderot that the Hamas had overtaken on the night of October 7th. So that they were really stressed out, and also the backs were hurting because they were carrying a lot of shells. A lot of the tanks didn't wait for the trailers and things that bring the tank. They were carrying a lot of the shells and things on their backs. And they were in severe muscular pain and